Hello, Charlotte. Hello, Mr. Adam Barakat. How are you guys?
Hi, how are you?
Hello,
I'm
hello. Very good, very good.
all good, all good. Here we are in our first, what do we call this? Webinar podcast. What do we call it?
Podcast.
Um, Podcast.
Podcast? No, we can call it a
Mm-hmm.
podcast. But it's our first session to review important things that we think are taking place in Gustazos, Jamaica, and in the vacation industry, primarily in Jamaica, so we can inform our audience of things that we're doing or things that are happening locally to keep them informed. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Why don't we do a quick round here and introduce ourselves? Ladies first. Charlotte, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience here?
Hi, my name is Charlotte Chantilly Perkins. I am the marketing manager for Gustazos Jamaica. I have been with the company for about 7 years, and my role is to provide marketing support for Gustazos Jamaica, Gustazos Travel, and in doing so, I ensure that the brand is always aligned with what our customers want.
Thank you for that. And Mr. Barakat.
Hello, hello again. I am Adam Joseph Barakat, since we're doing middle names. I am the commercial director for Gustazos. I oversee all of our operations in Jamaica, seeing that we're in 5 countries. So, yeah, there we go.
Yes, you're the our fearless leader in Jamaica. And my name is Carlos. Now that we're using middle names, Jose Villares. And I am based out of Miami, Florida. And I lead the efforts of Gustazos.com and Gustazos Travel for our international markets outside of Puerto Rico. And here we are. All right, guys. So I think if we have people following us and know who Gustazos.com is, they know that we're really strong on hotels, on local hotels for Jamaica. I think it's fair to say that we present some of probably the best deals Jamaican hotels will offer specifically to locals in Jamaica. And in the recent past, the team here felt that we had a need in communicating to our audience some of the things that are happening locally regarding the travel industry, some of the things that are happening locally in general in the different industries that we are part of, not only regarding local industry, but on the e-commerce side as well. And also educate our audience more than anything on the things that we're doing. And recently, Adam and I, the three of us have been talking a lot about two articles that have been presented on one of the top newspapers in Jamaica. One is the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Tourism Minister of Jamaica, Edmundo Bartlett, how he was promoting staycations and basically local hotels for locals. And the other article that I wanted to talk to about, which I was like, wow, when I read it, is the scams that are going on regarding locals or people impersonating travel agencies and scamming guests or potential guests who want to stay in a hotel in Jamaica out of their money. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Also, two more topics that I think are important to discuss today is we're officially sponsoring a Miss Jamaica, right, Charlotte? You mind sharing her name?
Yes. Her name is Shannon, and she's a gorgeous young lady, and she is Miss Gustazos for
Gustazos.
the
Hopefully,
Miss
Miss Jamaica.
Gustazos.
Right?
Universe,
Okay.
Miss Universe.
Miss Universe Jamaica.
Miss Universe Jamaica, fair. And the other topic is that we're going to be at the Caribbean Hotel and Travel Association next week, which will be held, it's called CHTA, which will be held in Montego Bay. And it's fair to say that is the biggest Caribbean hotel fair of the year. And it usually takes place in different parts of the Caribbean or Latin America. Is that a fair statement, Adam?
Yeah, correct.
Cool. So why don't we start with these scams that are going on?
Terrible.
You know, I read the article, and they're quoting Mr. Dave Ching Chung, He's the CEO of Go Jamaica Travel, one of the biggest travel agencies in Jamaica. And apparently this is really bad, huh, Adam? What are you guys hearing on the ground?
Well, I definitely think that, it's not only just the hotel industry that's experiencing this, unfortunately. And it actually is quite bad. A lot of people don't really have the wherewithal to detect what really would be a scam or not. So the best thing to do would really be to look for the red flags that the article pointed out.
A couple of observations as I read the article, and I think what you just touched on is very important. Number one, what I realized about the article is that it's not individuals that are getting scammed, but companies who want to potentially take their employees to a hotel stay in Jamaica are using some scam artist who is impersonating themselves as a local travel agent. They're collecting the money and then disappearing. Is that fair?
Yeah. It's definitely become quite a rampant situation. And some of the red flags they were saying to look for were, for instance, ensuring that that travel agent has a travel license. That's one definite one to look at. I would say also in terms of the
I would say to also ensure that you do your thorough research, compare travel agencies, compare the rates that they're offering. You can even go as far as to go directly to the hotel's website to see what are some of the rates that they're offering for a similar package that you're interested in booking. And
Absolutely.
Look at their social media pages as well.
Well, that's okay, but let's take a step back. Let me ask you this, Adam, can you briefly share with us the story, or what did we have to go through in order to be licensed by the Tourism Board of Jamaica?
Very good question. So first, it starts with an application, a very lengthy application. You also need to acquire things like public liability insurance. You have to also have a certificate of incorporation, of your list of directors, articles of memorandums of association, pretty much like you would register any normal business as well. Of course, your tax registration number, as well as also what your refund and cancellation policy would be. Among other things, I would say there is a surety bond and also a fidelity guarantee insurance. Other things include physically actually having a location and having a sign identifying that location.
What about the costs associated with being licensed?
The cost can range anywhere from, I would say, 250,000 upwards, depending on all of the things that you have to get together. Oh, another one that I forgot that's pretty important is also the references from other reputable companies that have worked with you before.
So there's this whole project that takes place, and I forget the name of the local department. What's it called, Adam?
The Tourism Product Development Company.
The Tourism Product Development Company. They come out, they meet with you. I think it's maybe once a year.
Yes, correct. Just to ensure that everything is still in place.
To ensure that everything is fine, that you check all the boxes, right? Number one. Number two, Charlotte, did we put on our website that we're licensed? Is that banner up?
Yes, the banners are up. They're also shown on our daily newsletters.
Super. Okay. Now, Adam, one thing is to be licensed, right? The other thing is, would you share with our audience when they see a hotel deal on Gustazos.com, can you share with them what you had to go through in order to get that deal live?
Good question. So for the last 9 years, we have been able to develop really strong relationships with hotels on the North Coast and around Jamaica pretty much. And that has allowed us to, assist them in helping them with inventory that, they're unable to move. Now, these relationships were not very easily started. They take time, like any other relationship. You start out at a certain level and kind of work your way up. So I have to definitely give a lot of kudos to the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association. They host an event called JPEX, and JPEX is a gathering of all the hotels and suppliers, so they may meet and trade services through these mini meetings, which basically allow a lot of negotiation to prosper, and also strengthen the relationships that we would build with the hotel industry over time. And they've just now come to know us as, the flash sale masters, so to speak.
Right, but and I thank you for that. But I think it's important to emphasize the fact that you are in direct communication with a decision maker at the hotel that where you work with them to create the right package in order to present our users. And every little detail of that deal has been reviewed by you and reviewed by them. So there's no questions asked when that guest purchases that voucher and shows up at the hotel. Like, it's guaranteed that you're gonna get your stay. So I want to make sure that our audience understands that we're not going through a third party. We're working directly with the hotel. The deals that you're seeing have been approved by the hotel. If you call the hotel and you ask them, hey, do you work with Gustazos? They're gonna say yes. So we take a lot of pride. We invest a lot of money. We invest a lot of energy in having these relationships and in working these relationships to ensure that our guests have a very smooth process in not only their check-in, but during their stay at the hotel. Fair?
Absolutely. And these are, many negotiations that take place with the sales and revenue departments of these hotels to come and develop the right package that we can put forth to the local market. Another thing I want to mention that I did not mention earlier when we were talking about red flags in the article was that another great way to check is to actually call the hotel and verify the package that you're being sold to ensure that that hotel has a relationship with that travel broker. That's definitely a red flag that you need to look out for in terms of not being had by any type of scam or anything like that. And also, furthermore, definitely always try and get a banking business account if you're transferring money, because personal accounts, it's very unlikely that the name of that actual agency would be in the name of the person. So those are a few other things to look out for. But in terms of the behind the scenes, yes, we do work tediously to develop contracts with these hotel partners, and that is also why it's very easy to book through us and communicate via customer service, because we act almost as a liaison between the guest and the hotel.
Yeah, well stated. And I think you mentioned two key points there. Number one, a way that you can check some safety boxes when you're dealing with a local travel agent or an agent in general is ask the hotel if they have a relationship with them. Number one. Number two, if you had a personal bank account to deposit to make the payment, that's a huge red flag.
Yeah,
for example, we only accept credit cards on Gustazos, which the reality is that you're protected by the bank in case you have an issue with that credit card. So don't pay personal accounts. Fair?
Absolutely.
And be careful with these scam artists, which unfortunately they're out there and they know that hotels are very attractive and people want them. Fair?
Absolutely.
All right, changing gears a little bit here. Why don't we go into the article where Edmund Bartlett is talking about how important locals are for the Jamaican hotel industry, Adam. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So he basically goes on to reiterate the fact that the local market is still very important to the hotel sector. Personally, I can attest to that. During COVID, the days of COVID, we were definitely there for our hotel partners, I would say, when a lot of the flights and the tourists were not able to populate the hotels as they would normally. We were able to pull out very fast flash sales for the local populace to assist those hotels during that extreme time of need. So, that's just one example of how important the local population is to our hotels and attractions at large.
We've made a business out of that, right? When the foreigners are not coming in, thank God that hotels have tools like Gustazos.com where you can fill rooms that they can't fill any other way with local residents. Adam, I've shared with you that my feelings got a little hurt after the pandemic when hotels, because when the pandemic hit, let's talk a little bit about pre-pandemic.
Right.
Pre-pandemic, you had moments of the year where tourists weren't coming down, right? And hotels would come to us and use us. Then you had the summer months, which is June, July, and August, where locals are on vacation, the kids are on vacation, and hotels had low season. The foreigners were not coming in. So the hotels would come to us, we would present those deals to locals, and we made a business out of that, right? The pandemic hit, and now tourists weren't coming. So hotels came to us for help. And we were there to help, and we made big sacrifices to help them. What kind of hurts our feelings is that once the floodgates open and international travel was allowed again, these hotels kind of decided, hey, we'll use you when we need you, kind of attitude, right? And it's interesting, and I know this article from Bartlett, it's a little dated. It was in March 24th, it's when it came out of this year, 2024.
Still relevant right now, though.
No, but what's the reason why, correct, it's still relevant because hoteliers are telling us, hey, we're feeling a little pinch. We're feeling that the occupancy levels of the prior years are not there anymore. Right. And we're seeing that they're coming to us for help, and we're helping them in filling some of this inventory with locals. So it's interesting how those two are coming into play, where Bartlett sends out this article, and we're seeing that hotel partners are coming and using us more now than they did in 23, for example.
Right. Much more, and I foresee where that will actually continue. I believe throughout the year. Well, despite the fact that we do also have a crime PR problem internationally. And we would think that would be preventing tourists from coming, but I'm also seeing other articles where they are still, prevailing despite hearing that type of news. But still, I feel that we will still be needed because I don't believe it will be on the level that it was after COVID, as you mentioned, when we weren't really being paid much mind. And furthermore to that, I would say that after COVID, we definitely saw a major shift in the pricing of majority of the hotels. Well, also, I'm assuming, due to the rise in inflation that we've also experienced in the last 2 to 3 years.
But I think it's fair to say, which is good news for local Jamaicans, is that, hey guys, stay tuned, because we feel and we think that you're going to start seeing hotel prices that are accessible,
right?
That are not only for foreigners, that they're for locals. So I think that if you're patient and you're monitoring a website like Gustazos.com, I think we're in the process of presenting great deals to you.
Absolutely.
Right? So stand by. Regarding shifting gears now and going into our next week, which is the CHTA, Adam and Charlotte. Let's give Charlotte the lead here. So,
sure.
Charlotte, if you were to explain to our audience what is CHTA and what is it all about, what happens there and what do we do and how do we take advantage of CHTA? Go ahead and share with our audience.
So CHT is an annual, or they try to make it an annual event that happens. It's happening in Montego Bay this year. I think next week actually, and it's an event that it focuses on the hospitality industry. It gives you an opportunity to meet with premier hoteliers, tour operators to discuss, current trends, where they need assistance with filling the inventory. It just creates opportunities for companies like Gustazos.com that, where we can showcase to these hoteliers and tour operators that, hey, you need us and we are here to help.
Exactly. And many times we need to educate them on how we work and what we do. But it's one of the ways that we've invested time, money, and energy in order to build these relationships so we can ensure that we're legit for our audience, right? And is it all work or do we have fun at these events, Shar?
No, absolutely not. We always have fun.
Right?
The networking is always the best part.
These hoteliers can throw a party, huh?
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. Montego Bay. It's in the Montego Bay Convention Center, which is a beautiful convention center. And we expect that all the major, not only all the major Jamaican hotel chains are going to be there, but we also expect all the main hotels in the Caribbean to be there. Yeah? So we're looking forward to that. And on our second podcast, we can talk and tell and share some of the experiences at that event. Fair?
Yeah, sure. Fair enough. I would love to be able for us to talk on like the workshops if we do get a chance to experience that while there, the sponsorship opportunities, just things that will reinforce what Gustazos' commitment is to the Caribbean hospitality sector.
And I welcome you to bring up those topics on the outcomes of those topics on the next session. Right? Cool. So Shar, tell us a little bit, changing gears here. Tell me a little bit about this special sponsorship. I think we're like their lucky charm. Is that a fair statement?
Quite possibly.
Tell us a little bit of what's going on.
All right. So the Miss Universe Jamaica competition, we sponsored a contestant last year. Her name was Deborah Gordon, and she placed very well. Amazing young lady, very well spoken.
Runner-up.
Yeah, she was amazing. And then also this year we were lucky enough to get Shannon Johnson, which is this year's Miss Gustazos. She's been representing the brand at MUJ, and we're super excited to be able to provide support for her throughout this journey. I think the finals is in July, and until then, we will just be showering her with Gustazos experiences, making sure that she is comfortable and relaxed and she gets the full 100 Gustazos experience, and making sure that we're there to cheer her on at these events that she will be showcasing her talents and her brand.
Right, because the plan is... Go ahead, Adam, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I was just saying that, I had the pleasure of meeting Shannon on Sunday, this past Sunday, and to sash her at the first event for the MUJ. So definitely looking forward. She has a very free spirit. She's very friendly. Her cause this year is also mental health, which is a cause I believe that Deborah, as Charlotte has mentioned,
yes,
had done last year. She's also an entrepreneur herself. So, definitely looking forward to seeing her prosper in this new 2024 Miss Universe.
So she's going to get really pampered the next couple months, isn't she? With all the Gustazos spas and salons and hotels that we do and restaurants, huh?
Yes.
That's awesome. And I look forward to meeting her, and I look forward to her winning.
Woohoo!
Winning. Yep.
Let's go, team.
Well, we'll have her on the podcast in the future.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say that. So, hey, we got to interview her. We got to have her on and hear her story, where she, like, I would love to have her on and kind of get, learn more about her, if that's possible.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, maybe we should have her and also Deborah, who was last year's Miss Gustazos.
True.
But how far did Deborah?
She placed. If I'm not mistaken, I think she placed. Was it?
She.
Fourth?
No, last year.
Yes.
came second. She came second.
Second, sorry, yes, she came
But
second.
second with a little bit of controversy,
Yes,
like the song, right? Okay. All right. You know, it will be good to share with the audience.
No,
if she's
judges will be
comfortable.
judges.
Huh?
Judges will be judges. So you know
Okay.
that's the way the game is played. So
All right. We don't have to mention name and last names, but let's call them judges, right?
right.
So Charlotte, tell me about the deals that we have live right now that you can't. You're like, okay, I can't. I'm looking at some right now that are that I feel
Well,
like.
One of the things that stood out for me today was that we launched 876 Terrace, where, I mean, have you seen that shrimp place that we're promoting? Like, it looks delicious. So I am actually considering getting that for a lunch date, you know, like next week, but it looks amazing. We also have several hotels live on the website right now. We have Lux Beach, I think Royalton is about, and it's like has another day. And if I'm not mistaken, is Ocean Cliff still live, Adam?
I don't think
Ocean
it's
Cliff is no longer live.
right.
Okay.
But I will say something.
Right.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
Go
Adam,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Carlos.
Let me tell you, man.
And we have Blue Skies.
We have one of the most one of the most beautiful lobbies that I've seen in my experience in 13 years visiting hotels in Gustazos is that Royalton Negril lobby. It is amazing. And by the way, the deal doesn't have that picture, so I would please make a note and add to the deal a picture of that lobby overlooking that bay, because it is drop dead gorgeous.
Right.
Okay? And I've become hard to impress with these hotels, but that lobby and that view is drop dead gorgeous. Obviously, Negril helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And that brunch for the busy, that brunch looks amazing, Adam.
Yeah, it does. And Fruit Blossoms is always a good one too.
That's a really good package.
Yeah, Fruit Blossoms is amazing. The food there is excellent.
But hey, Adam, I'm seeing it says brunch for the busy in Kingston, Sundays only. But where in Kingston is this?
Brunch for the busy should be I know it's close, but I know it's in the Ligani area.
Let me tell you, we should specify that on the Gustavo. I don't see where's the address?
It's on Little Ford Avenue.
14 Little Ford Avenue. Where would you say that is?
That is in the Barbican area, I would say.
Okay, it would be good to get that detail, but that brunch looks insane, man. And by the way, going back to 876 Terrace, Charlotte. Jamaicans are really good with their pasta, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Your seafood pasta is really good.
Yeah, it does.
I agree. That shrimp looks insane.
I would like to point out the Sashi Live that's happening at the end of this month. They have a really good lineup of artists.
I was gonna ask you, talk to me about the parties. Where are we partying this weekend and in the next couple of weeks? What's going on?
Right. Well, at Plantation Cove, actually the same week we will be attending CHTA. They will be having Sashi, which is a concert series from Charlotte. How long ago was their last, would you say? That was a long time since then.
Years.
Yeah, it's been out. It's
been a while. It might have happened. They may have had events in the past 5 years, but not that much exposure to it. But yeah. I remember Sashi when we were in high school, and it was an epic experience.
Absolutely,
everyone wanted to go to.
Right, because they come with great artists. You know, they come with a nice mixture of foreign and local artists. Keisha Cole, Jada Kiss, Busta Rhymes, Bounty Killer, Neo.
Busta Rhymes will be there.
Yeah, Neo, Valiant, Skeng, Baker, Tommy Lee, Najiri, Rajawile. Craft. So it's all of the who is who in dancehall at the moment, and you know, some nice old school hip hop artists that are our faves as well. So it's gonna be a really good event.
Very cool. And hey, let me go back to the restaurant. So we got 2 deals that went sold out. Shawarma Shack.
Yes, correct.
And Tack Bar.
And Tack Bar, correct. When they're
They
hot
will-
like that, they don't last long.
when they launch, they go
Yeah.
fast, don't they?
Yeah. I think we sold 50 of Shawarma Shack in one day already.
Very cool.
Hmm.
Very cool. So it looks like the and by the way, to our audience, remember if you need to give a gift card, we have gift cards. We have a number of businesses that their gift cards are on our website. Take a look at the gift card sections. We have restaurants, salons, and spas, and some products and services. So don't miss out. If you have credits in Gustazos and you want to convert them into a gift card, it's a really cost-effective, financially, it's a great decision. And by the way, we have the New York Hilton Midtown also live. Again, we work directly with the hotel there. That's Hilton's gem of all the hotels. That's their gems.
Right.
By the way, I can't that burger of fruit blossom. Sorry, I keep on going on. The team is doing a good job at getting these deals, huh, Adam?
Yeah, absolutely.
That burger looks good.
It's a healthy burger.
Oh, it's a vegetarian burger?
I do believe so. It is.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
It is.
You got
But
it.
it looks amazing.
You
And
got it.
don't forget that we have that makeup expo as well that we launched, health, hair and beauty expo.
Right. Some great networking for that industry. Definitely.
I can use some of those massages at Ketleya Perfect 10.
Yes.
Uh,
Cat layers. Yes.
Ketleya.
Under eyes. Yeah, we sold over 300 packages for.
Ketleya.
Yes.
Hey,
They're setting records with us.
very cool. Very cool. All right. Anything else?
I think that's about it for today.
That's about it, huh?
Mhm.
All right. Charlotte, anything else?
No, I think that's about it. The only thing I would ask our viewers to do is then make sure that they're following us on social media so they are kept up to date with all of the deals that we launch as they are launched. Ensure that you are watching all of our stories and our partners, our ambassadors that we partner with. You might just be lucky enough to get an additional discount on something. We're always at doing giveaways and stuff, so follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok.
Guys, Charlotte is always fighting for credits for them.
Always fighting for credits, guys.
Always fighting for credits.
You like the Gustazos.com credit.
Should we give 5 in credits right now, Char?
Sure.
How do we do it?
I guess the first person to name one topic that we discussed in this podcast.
You almost took my thought. Literally, I was gonna say if you mention any deal on the website that we talked about now, we will give you 5 in credits. But if you mention any topic that we discussed today, we'll give you $5 in credits. Where do they submit the answer, Char?
They just need to DM us.
DM on our Instagram
yes,
page.
on our Instagram page.
What is it? Hashtag what is
it's
it?
Gustazos.Jamaica.
Gustazos.Jamaica in
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
DM us. Tell us something we discussed today. Charlotte will put $5 in credits, $5 US in credits in your Gustazos account. Make sure you have a Gustazos account. We're gonna need your email on that so we can put those credits on that email.
Yes.
Shannon,
And it's free to have a Gustazos account. There are no hidden fees. There is no cost associated to create a Gustazos account, and it's quick and easy.
quick and easy. I love quick and easy. Mr. Barakat, Adam, keep killing it. Charlotte, thank you for all your social media marketing, everything you do for us. And guys, thank you for your time today, and let's do this again.
All right. See you guys soon.